right, guys, I'm going to do a video here on what I think is probably the most general purpose optic from Primary Arms, kind of a general use of kind of a one optic kind of does most everything you're going to need it to do, and this is what I think. And you know, you guys know me. I've done several Primary Arms optic reviews over the years, and you guys know I love Primary Arms. They are an outstanding company. Not only that, but the optics, the ACSS stuff is, I really like it. I'm not, you know, I don't just say that to say it because I'm reviewing their stuff. I say it because they are really excellent. So basically whatever choice you make on one of those, if you ever pick one up, you can't go wrong with it. You know, they've got several, but I'm here to talk about just one that I think is like a best overall, kind of will do a little bit of everything for you, kind of a broader spectrum of stuff, and one that's going to work for, you know, close-up stuff, one that's going to give you some magnification, one that's going to give you ranging features where you can reach out to 300-400 yards pretty damn easily with it, because I've done it, and one that's kind of just an overall general toughness. And that right there is the one that I have on this. You've seen it. It is the Primary Arms Micro Prism, the 3-power Micro Prism Raptor. And I really like this optic. And that's kind of why I leave it on here, is because this one is the one that basically a go-to-war optic kind of way, you know. It's going to give you the most, how shall I say it, the most user-friendly of it, of all the optics. You know, one is because it's a prism reticle. It's a prism optic, I'm sorry. Prism optic. That means there's no extra knobs for magnification, things like that. You do got your knob back here, the blah, 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 whatever. I can't even think of the name of it now, man. I'm having a Joe Biden moment. But your diopter, bam, you know, your diopter, kid, you know, but the diopter to adjust it to your vision. So once you set it, you just leave it. So, but yes, I mean, there's not a lot of moving parts on here, and it's a tough thing. You know, it's a tough optic, well built, solid. You know, there's a lot of torture tests of these things on YouTube, and the testing that they've done with it, Primary Arms, with the SCAR rating, things like that. But also it's an etched reticle. Like all their ACSS stuff, they are etched reticles. That means even if the electronics die, you still have the reticle, which, by the way, is what you'll be using most of the time anyway, because you don't need to turn it on. But however, it does have 13 brightness settings, and it is daylight bright. That is for sure. And it's got a couple of night vision settings on there too. So it's got actually 3 night vision settings. So it's an excellent, just a general all around kind of does most everything optic. You know, I mean, it gives you, it's a 3-power, so it gives you just a little bit of a magnification to reach out and to see some things. And also, it's not so magnified that you can't use it up close, you know. Now they've got the Cyclops, which is the 1-power Micro Prism, and they got the GLX 2-power. I really like those two also. That was kind of a thing where I was kind of trying to narrow this down, thinking about which one would I really use the most and have the most effective use with it. And it really came down between the GLX 2-power and this one. I went with this one just because of my situation where I'm at for this rifle, and where I go, you know, do my property patrols and stuff. I've got some open areas, I've got a lot of fields and things, so I'd like to have a little bit more magnification. The 2-power would work great out there as well, but it seems like it would be more better situated in if you were like in a more heavily, if you're out in the woods, you know, where you can't see a lot farther, you're limited on your sight, that the 2-power work really good in like a forested area, where you don't have a long range to look. And I've got open fields where I can see, you know, a mile, you know, even further, but in some places out there. But so I chose this one just because of that. The 2-power, I love that optic. I really do. I love that. I love that optic. But this one, like I said, the 3-power Micro Prism is just going to be a general, all-around best, shit hits the fan, grid down, most user-friendly of all the optics, I think, because it's just a solid piece, basically. You got a good solid mount, which you can always replace it with something better, which I'd like to actually put a quick detached mount on this, because I need to get my iron sights up on this thing and all that. But so that's what I would, you know, I just wanted to let you know about that. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of the choices from the ACSS lineup. I mean, they have multiple different, you know, like on this rifle, this is what I'm talking about on this rifle. Now on my 20-inch AR, there's, you know, the M6S, the M10S, you know, any of those Auroras, you know, ones, the LPVOs, where I can actually get, that's got 1 to 6, 1 to 8, 1 to 10 power, and some of the other ones that are like that. To me, those work really well on there, because if I'm having to like use that as a DMR, sit back at a way at a distance where I got increased magnification, that's what I would use those for. This for general purpose, home defense, property patrolling, just general everything. This one, you know, and even this one can reach out to pretty good distance. So that's kind of what I'm saying. This, to me, this would be the end of the world, shit hits the fan optic go-to out of all of them, you know, to have, because this is the weapon, you know, this is the one that I'm going to have most of the time, most likely. My 20-inch AR, the A4, A2, whatever, is going to be relegated to like a DMR type of, you know, rifle type of thing. So anyway, that's it. I just want to, you know, that again, just my opinion. Your opinion may vary, your situation may vary. So I'm not telling you to get this one, you know, that this one's it, this one's the best one. No. What I'm saying is that the ACSS reticle, though, is the best reticle on the planet. But what optic, you have to determine what you're going to be doing, your situation, you know, those kinds of things, you know, where you're, you know, what is going to work best for you in your situation and what you think is going to be best. So, and if you're like me and you've got a couple different rifles and you've got a couple different options you can put on there, there you go, you know, so you're be blessed that way. So anyway, that's a little rant on that stuff, you know, guys. You know, I've said it before, Primary Arms, great company, lifetime guarantee on them. You know, if you buy using the links that I provide in the comment section, a lot of times you can get a free anti-reflection device or a mount, depending on the optic, and not on all of them. Sometimes they'll give you a discounted choice on that if you want to have that and all that. So, you know, if you use those links, plus it helps out my channel, helps me to continue to bring things like this to you and all that. So anyway, I mean, guys, I really do like the Primary Arms optics, and You just can't beat the ACSS reticle. I say it all the time. Best reticle on the planet. You got built-in ranging features, built-in bullet drop compensation, chevron reticle. I mean, chevron, you know, tip on there. It's just an awesome, awesome reticle, and all of its variations. Anyway, that's it. Keep it heavy.